welcome back to Jubilee Road for another railway video. So, most of you should know what's coming up in today's video because I have been telling you what's on the way. So today we're going to look at a rather special locomotive. Now, this is the locomotive I had for Christmas. So you all know what locomotive that is, or those of you who have been following the channel. Now, it's a very rare Chinese steam locomotive. And I mean very rare. Before I saw this one up for sale, I have never seen another one for sale. So as soon as I saw it, I thought, yeah, I have to have this locomotive. So in today's video then, we're going to take a look at the details of the locomotive, look at the quality, and then look at the running quality as well. And then at the end, we'll give it a nice run round the layout to see how it performs. So without further ado, let's go and look at this rather special Chinese steam locomotive. And here it is. Now this is, well, it's an incredible model. You can see it sitting in front of you now, guys. It really is an incredible locomotive. The quality is probably one of the best quality locomotives I have ever handled. It's just, well, it's perfect. There's nothing I can say bad about this locomotive. Well, there is one thing, but we'll get to that later. You might be able to guess what that might be. But yeah, this is just, it's a work of art. It really is. With all that Chinese writing on it, and the red and the white and the gold lining, it's so good to look at. Yeah, it's quite an unusual looking locomotive, I grant you, it is. Even if you're not into, well, foreign locomotives and international locomotives and that kind of stuff, even if you only model British, there's no way you can't say this thing looks incredible. And the quality is, as I said, on a different level. You know, you can appreciate, no matter what country you model, how good this model is. It's, wow, I'm so impressed. Now, as you can see, it's a 4-6-2 tender locomotive. The good thing is, a lot of it is die-cast. The chassis is die-cast, and also the boiler, just here, that is all die-cast. The tender's plastic here, but that doesn't really matter, does it? But this locomotive does weigh a lot, probably more than any British steam locomotive we have on our market. Actually, yes, definitely does. So let's just have a quick look closer up at the details on this model. Just look at that front end detail there. Now, I am freehand, guys, so just warn, it might be a bit shaky at times. The detail on the front of this is just incredible. Now, I'm not even going to attempt to read the writing on the front because I don't know how to read Japanese writing. I really don't. I haven't got a clue. Now, the bit I can't read is the number because, well, it actually still looks like a number, which is 1043. As you can see, they're just on the green plate towards the top of the smoke box there. So, yes, we got the Japanese writing around the headlight there with the star in the middle. It does have an operational headlight, which you would expect on a locomotive like this. You got all the handrails, which are picked out in white. And interestingly, this locomotive doesn't have any buffers. Interesting. I don't think a lot of sort of foreign locomotives do. I know there's quite a few I've already got that don't. You got the KD coupler in there as well, which is an operational one, not a dummy one, and we do have what we call a cowcatcher there, just at the front. The detail on this locomotive really just goes on and on. We got a flag there on the side along with more handrails, and the star is present again on the cylinders just there. So if we move a bit forward, the wheels and motion are modelled to an exceptionally high standard, picked out in the red with the white wall. So yeah, they really do stand out on that detail around there. You can just see how good this model is. If we go a bit further up, we got these handrails down the side. Quite unusual, especially here in the UK, to have handrails down the side of a steam locomotive. Again, picked out in white, so that means they really do stand out. If we go a bit further back then, we do have the cab area, which very large cab on this locomotive, and we got the number again and more writing on the side. Sorry guys, again, I don't know what that says. We got the steps and handrails up into the cab area, you can just see there. And yes, it does have some nice cab detail. Coal-fired locomotive, as you can see there. We got the side of the tender quite plain, but that's how it would be. We got the symbol there, the railroad it probably used to run with, and then we can see the bogie detail there as well. And then we got the steps at the back. Just up there we do have the operational light. You can see where the water would be put in. Coal load is pretty nice in there. Then we got some of the detail on the roof, which is just, again, that's a bit blurry, isn't it? Incredible levels of detail. This is a rather interesting thing on top of the locomotive. Now, if I'm right, and I'm led to believe that's something to do with the efficiency of the locomotive. I don't 100% know, because I'm really not up on these Chinese steam locomotives, but I believe that's what it is. It's something to make these locomotives a lot more efficient than they would have been in the first place. That's what I've been told anyway, so hopefully that is right. Well, we had a quick look then at the details on this locomotive, and you cannot argue how good this locomotive is. It's definitely the best quality model I've had here at the layout, and that's saying a lot. Because I've got the Rapido Trains Royal Hudson. Now that's very close with quality. Actually, they're pretty much on the same level of how good these locomotives are. Now, I did mention earlier that I loved everything and I can't find one thing wrong with it. This is the thing I find wrong with it. Now, with this level of incredible detail and quality, one thing goes through the roof, and I think you probably know where I'm going with this. The price of these locomotives now is eye-watering. There's no getting away from it. It is eye-watering how much these locomotives cost. All these locomotives second-hand. I believe they've stopped making them, as far as I know, and you might be surprised to know it's made by Bachmann. Now, I don't know how many people were expecting me to say that, but it is. You wouldn't really necessarily know this was made by Bachmann. It used to be a range called Bachmann China. Sadly, they don't seem to make much in that range anymore, because I love the range. As you know, I've got 2 locomotives. I am going to tell you the price quickly before we run the model. You might want to sit down for this. Oh my gosh. This was bought second hand. Yeah, it was £300. Just let you sink that in. I did say the price is eye-watering, and it really is. I hardly ever spend that much on one locomotive. It's not even digital, guys. It's DCC ready. Yeah, I know, shout at me, I'm a complete idiot, but just look at this locomotive. Absolutely stunning example how to do modelling. It really is. I'm just going now to show you the running quality of the locomotive. Now, I know I said this was second hand, but it was never run before buying it, so it still hasn't run in properly. So let's give it a quick run back and forth here on this section of track and show you how it runs. As you can see there, their locomotive does run exceptionally well. It's very quiet, there's not much juddering or shaking about it. It really is just an overall quality locomotive. Right then, I know this hasn't been a conventional review for me because this isn't a brand new locomotive. I only do that with brand new releases, as you know. Now I'm going to send it round the layout so you can get some lovely shots of it here running, especially around the scenic areas of the layout. So that's it from me. I just want to say thank you everyone for tuning in today and watching this locomotive. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but you know what I'm like. I buy literally anything for my love. So I'm going to leave you with the lovely sights of this Chinese steam locomotive running around the layout. I'll be back here at Jubilee Road with the New Year Explorer very soon. Bye everyone.